All right, man. It's like a blessing. We're finally looks like we're going to get some rain. We're surrounded by clouds here. I'm back from Manila. I'll go over that in just a second. But yeah, it's just so beautiful up here. Look at this. Man, the temperature is almost nothing as far as compared to the heat that we had before. I love it the way it's so peaceful and breezy up here too. But as everybody knows, this is our little place of residence. Yeah, the air's getting cooler. I can smell the rain. Maybe that's the southern thing. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to give you a little rundown what we kind of found out in Manila.
Get a lot now. It's better not to get it.
All right, so I'm back. My son Jammer is trying to harvest mangoes here in the yard. Look at this, man. This is just heaven to me. I've been waiting so long. Anyway, he's over here. Watch out. Now, if you hear thunder, make sure and get off that ladder. Anyway, man, we loaded up with mangoes, so that's just great. But went to Manila and actually we spent roughly $1,000. It was 3 people. The flight there and back on Cebu Pacific was around 36,000, 37,000 pesos. Hotel room was 2,000 a night. It was a very, very nice place. It's called Hotel 101. It's in the fort in BGC, but it was close to the places that we were going. Anyway, you'll hear my family in the background. Here's my son Elvis. He's trying to get his work permit for down here at the dive shop. So it's several stages, X-ray and barangay clearance. He's of course dual citizen, half Filipino, so he doesn't have to file for like a U.S. work permit. But anyway, our little analysis, because I had a few people ask about the experience and also ask about the cost of things up there. So we spent roughly $1,000 on hotel, airfare, round trip there and back. Food wasn't that expensive. Y'all saw my previous videos of how nice the hospital was. It was a little more than we expected as far as price. We were expecting somewhere between maybe $2,000 and $3,000, and it wound up being a little over $5,000 up there. So they removed the fluid, as you saw in the previous videos. They also went in and tested the fluid that was in my abdomen and found there was no infection. When they checked my lungs and found that there may be a little bit of infection in there, but without doing biopsies and all that. So anyway, well, I think we had covered some of that. And Sunday, I'm actually going to do a video on Paul Old Dog New Tricks. He's a real good friend of mine, so we're going to kind of break this whole thing down into a story and what we've been through. And like I say, I didn't want to post anything about what it cost and what we were looking at as far as future expenses or anything until I got some clear positive answers. So anyway, wound up spending the $5,000, I think $200. Anyway, so spent that. We had 7 doctors. We had heart doctors, lung doctors, anesthesiologist, actual ascites procedure they did. And like I say, they said, I think it was Albuterol. They said my body was really low on it. So they gave me some supplements for my liver that I could take, and basically some antibiotics because I've had like this chest type. It's not a cold, but it's just it won't break, for like almost a month now. So I asked them if they could get something that was safe for my liver. Also, they did, like I said, a CT scan of my lungs. It was super, super professional. I was in there 5 minutes doing the CT scan. I did blood work. I did X-ray, several other tests they had done. But yeah, I must have seen, like I say, 7 or 8 doctors, the cardiologist, and all this was, to clear me for different procedures, like if I could take anesthesia and stuff like that. And everything cleared. My kidneys look good. They're functioning. My liver is holding a balance right now. And like I said, we wound up spending right at $6,000 for the whole thing. But we would have spent, we had several different plans, because our money is, we actually sold our last piece of property here, vacant land. We had a couple lots. You can hear the rain pouring now. Take a little break for a second. Yes, finally. Thank God, I hope it rains every day. Cool things off. But anyway, we sold our last vacant land to get our budget for, whatever we had to do. Thailand, I just could not make the trip, and it was other factors. I was going to lose my permanent residency, and I didn't want to do that because this thing will progressively get worse, and I won't be able to travel, it looks like. We had even considered going back to the U.S. I mean, we were ready to roll, and we were thinking about trying to go back and get on emergency Medicaid or something like that, but it's too big of a production because, number one, we got to find my wife's job is in Colorado and it pays good, but we'd have to get an apartment. Apartment rents are sky high. 2-bedroom there is averaging between $1,200 and $1,500. Plus food is out of sight. A loaf of bread is $7. So, with the family and all, it's just, and we don't have any coverage or anything, which, now we're kind of paying out of pocket, but we just don't have really a lot left to pay out of pocket other than for a few medications and stuff, which are definitely going to start increasing. That's probably going to be roughly $1,000 or more a month. So that's going to really cut into our budget. So we're in place here budgeting. So anyway, we had three or four different plans that just didn't seem to fit. Even I'm so worried about the state of, and I do really, I wake up all the time, every hour in the night trying to plan, because that's what a father and a husband does. We try and make the best decision with what little money we have left. So we opted out. I told my wife, I said, I want to be here, because I didn't want to have to split the whole family up, because my daughter and my oldest son would be staying here, and me and my wife and my youngest son would be going to Colorado. And I told her, I said, we can't support 2 households. So the best thing to do is, I want to stay here, so I can, be with my family and all. So yeah, it's worked out the way. That's what we're down to now, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It's peaceful right now. It's raining. That's a slice of heaven, if you ask me, because it's been so hot. Yes, we've had brownouts here every day for an hour and a half to 2 hours. We're actually having one right now, but thank God it is raining. So, that'll cool things down, which when it's the rainy season, we don't have to even use the air conditioner. But yesterday it went from a cool 80 degrees in the house to actually 96 degrees. So it was just like agony having to deal with that heat, which seems to be worldwide right now. Colorado and the United States is getting ready to get hit. I think it's going to be a hot summer. Daddy, he's kind of foretell things like that. But yeah, I think it's going to be a hot summer there. I think the weather's changing all over the world, and where we're at, we're happy with it. you know, so I can only go so far. I'm a fixer, always have been, but this is probably one thing I don't think I can fix. So anyway, look for our video Sunday. It'll post Sunday or Monday or whatever. So we'll go a little bit more in detail. Paul's kind of helping me with arrangements and stuff like that. So we got a great expat group over here. It's a good circle that you know, I'm not able to do some things now. I don't drive all the time. My wife mostly drives and stuff. So anyway, I gotta go because the rain is pouring. All right, all right, all right.